Alrighty, it is announcement time. I've been alluding to this for a little while in my videos, but now we're here to talk about it. There's been some crazy stuff go on here at BDG. It means that a long-time dream that I've had personally for myself is now beginning to move forward. It means Black Dragon Gaming is expanding off YouTube. Does that mean the end of our YouTube channel? No, absolutely not. I'm having way too much fun. The last thing I want to do is just burn everything to the ground. But I am pleased to announce Black Dragon Gaming will soon begin to produce third-party content. Now, I know we kind of do this now in the form of homebrew videos and stuff. We're taking it even farther. I'm talking erratas, I'm talking playtesting, I'm talking making PDFs, adding to the world in which we roleplay in an official sense. Before we get down to that though, there are not one, not two, but 3 new patron tiers opening up in response to this. I have to say, a year ago today, I am recording this, when am I recording this? I forget. The 23rd of February, 2018. I think I was making like 20 bucks a month on Patreon, maybe all just family and friends. And basically, as we all know, the playtest was announced, the channel blew up. Never did I ever think it would only be a year before we got to this point. Never did I ever think my high tier patrons would have a bidding war. To see this happen with flying colors, and in response, of course, these fine gentlemen and you guys out there deserve to have a little bit of extra work from me in return for your hard-earned money. So with no further ado, Tier 8, pledging $120 by request of the man who made Tier 8 means that yours truly, in addition to, of course, everything else patronage gets you, will help you in a ghostwriting sense run and make your own campaigns. This, of course, will look different for everyone who takes it. Perhaps I'm making maps for your Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds games, helping you world build, helping you sideboard against troublesome players and encounters, not necessarily going, "Ha! Hold person, powerful wizard!" But, like, actually building decent encounters to challenge powerful players while not shutting them out entirely. And everything in between. Basically, you ask, we'll make, with probably a once-a-month limit on something like an expansive dungeon-style thing. And of course, Tier 9, if you out there, or a combination of you and your friends, pledge $150, you, assuming it's literally just you, like our most powerful of patrons at the moment, can bring a friend in to your $90 patron game. You are essentially paying $75 for 2 bodies instead of $90 for 1. To further make this a super awesome day, to reach Tier 9, you may work with other patrons and your pledges together, should they reach 150 bones, qualify both of you. So, for example, you may pledge $150, bring a friend in, 2 people can pledge at the $75 tier, someone can pledge 100, someone can pledge 50, however the math pans out. And we can probably also make special exceptions for bigger groups as we move forward. But I will set a cap at 6 players in all of my games so as to not immediately see a rebellion in my Discord as all of the Tier 1 patrons unite as one! And suddenly I have to run a really big campaign. Oh god. Because, you know, that's terrifying. As a final bit of housekeeping, because one of my bi-weekly patrons has moved all the way up to Tier 9 and will be joining the Final Fantasy game, if you are presently involved in a giveaway, think Doomsday Dawn, or in future Final Fantasy, or a bi-weekly game pledging up to get into these tiers, will not remove you from that game. You'll finish it out, because, you know, why waste a good character, right? And finally, the lowest of the new tiers, because now I have 2 $2 patrons. 1 was exception, 2 is precedent. I gotta make it. Tier 1.5 will allow you access to any third-party content put out officially by Black Dragon Gaming free of charge. On that note, let's talk a little more about what third-party looks like. The goals I have in mind here are pretty straightforward. I want all of my content to be balanced. I want all of my content to be flavorful. I want all of my content to be, frankly, good. Green or blue feet. The only thing I want to spit out as we make stuff, to speak in Legacy Pathfinder guides. And on that note, everything made in Legacy Pathfinder, or everything made in 2nd edition, will convert back and forth. When I had it in my head, before I became a YouTuber, to when I was kind of down on my luck, undiagnosed with a medical condition that, was causing me to not think straight because I was literally dying, I thought to myself, maybe I'll become a third-party content guy, and that's how I will make my money. This was before the playtest was announced. I, and my high-tier patrons I know, love Legacy Pathfinder, love 3.5. There's so much I want to do with it. Still, I have no desire to abandon 1st edition. That said, I also love 2nd edition, and I know a lot of people who are hearing me right now do as well. So the content will come out for both. Though 2nd edition content will probably wait until August when we have, not a playtest. The content will roll pretty slow. And patronage at any tier, henceforth, will give you access to the drafts, basically. I'll make, at some point in the nearish future, a channel on my Discord for third-party stuff, and as things get developed, they will be released into the wild. At the moment, I'm thinking something along the lines of races/ancestries first, then classes, slowly building up to a world guide. As that happens, as things are created, they will be released to my patrons. Patronage lets you see it first, lets you basically, playtest the thing. I want everything to be balanced and flavorful. I don't think there's any other way to do that than to release it out for you guys to play with. I know I have a couple of authors who are hearing my voice right now. I want to make sure my lore is good, my lore is sensible, my lore isn't, nonsensical fantasy drivel. And once everything gets finalized and we have enough to make books out of, I plan on running a Kickstarter to basically fill in what I cannot do. I understand how Photoshop and Illustrator works. I can make a PDF, I can type a thing, I can balance a class. What I cannot do is draw. To save my mortal soul. Literally, if someone broke in that door right there, or I guess that door too, that's a closet, so that's weird. But if that were to happen and someone right now on video put a gun to my head and said, draw good or you die, well, GG everyone. I want to make sure my content looks as good as it possibly can. I want to make sure it is crisp. I want to make sure it can stand on its own next to Paizo content, next to my fellow, God, now I can truly say that, my fellow third-party producers. So if you're hearing this right now and you're an artist, I am definitely looking for somebody who can whip up some sweet stuff. So if you'd get a hold of me, that'd be sweet. But that's the whole announcement today. Look for in the next couple weeks, because I'm about to be in the process of moving to a new apartment, our first couple of races to roll out on the Discord. And real quick, if you give me $1, if you give me considerably more than $1 on Patreon, if you have watched a video, if you have shared a video, if you have commented on a video, if you are one of those people who said, hey, thank you, I really appreciate this stuff, I really like it, thank you guys so much. It has been a very monumentous couple of days, and we definitely 100% could not do it without you. You guys are the brick and mortar that holds BDG together. You most likely always will be. And for that, well, what can I say? You're beautiful.